This week on Hermitcraft. Please pretend that the entirety of Sound of Silence plays here. Welcome to the Hermitcraft recap. My name is Pixelriffs, our writer is LoyXP, and it's the Season 6 Goodbye Party. Who would have thought that after over a year and a half, the season of wars, cons, and pranks will finally come to an end? Everyone, nearly everyone thought that. Fan speculation had gone into overdrive of late, and folks have been demanding a server-wide reset since the end of the Civil War. Still, through updates, demises, hot potatoes, and headhunts, we made it here. So let's give it a final hurrah and one last time take a look at all the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft 6 server this week. Oh my god, Recap tag was in this season. We will start with the people who will only upload their finale videos after we finished writing the script for this recap. Alas, your efforts will fall in the limbo between seasons. Sorry, but we have a schedule to keep up, and a brief plea to our audience instead. Go watch the finale episodes we didn't get to cover in this video. The Hermits have put an unfathomable amount of time and effort into this season, and they deserve to give it a good send-off. Not that we'd want you guys to skip the stuff we do recap, as all these world tours will come in handy once the world download becomes available from hermitcraft.com. There might be too much out there to do a single comprehensive tour of the whole map, but plenty of hermits dedicated this week to showcasing their personal projects. False Symmetry, for one, flies over all the inhabited parts of the land to point out the cool things she accomplished, even when they don't quite load at times.
Ooh, stuff! Yeah, I did.
Ever the athlete, she also drops by the Speedy Pines Raceway to try for a high score and claim a garage, though the competition is not exactly vast, with only Impulse and Rendog having any scores in the system.
Okay, Rendog, you're going down.
That's the bane of a minigame at the end of the line. People are too busy packing their stuff to actually play it. It's too bad you can't just pack up bits of this server and take them with you. Or can you? Never wants to shy away from innovation, the Architect meeting interrupts Mumbo Jumbo's nostalgic tour of all the holes he's made. But we're going to interrupt explaining the meeting to explore all the holes he made because, good lord, this tour contained a lot of holes. There's the hole in the window of Sahara, never fixed, the hole underneath his starter island, where he built his first base, the hole of his giant witch farm perimeter, the hole he never actually got to make because his tunnel bore project was never finished, and the hole in the roof of Sahara, out of which he now builds a giant spoon-shaped chair, declaring himself the winner of something, just in time for the meeting with Iskall and Grian.
Whereas this looks nicely horrendous. I mean, it is just, that's visual poetry. And
did you make a giant winner chair right at the last second?
Yes, I'm actually surprised how long it took you guys to bring that up.
The meeting, of course, is to determine whether or not there is a hole in their profits, or to put it another way, if Sahara really did break even.
We made diamonds. I don't actually know if we
yeah, I was gonna say,
made
diamonds. Have we broken even? Is the big question.
Oh yeah.
The maths is kind of hazy, and I'm sure some viewers more enterprising than us might have kept track of how much money was spent in the building process, but they decide that between them, they've made a profit of 5 diamond blocks, which they then shoot into space. No, really.
2,
5, 4,
1. No.
Go.
7. We broke. Yay!
Yay!
We broke even.
Their claim is that these 5 diamond blocks will somehow reach them in Season 7, presumably becoming the investment they need to start whatever Sahara becomes next. For contrast, Good Times with Scar starts his world tour sitting on an enormous throne of diamond blocks with his real-life Minecraft cat at his side. We don't know if he's still ripped from back in Demise, but he sure is flexing.
Yeah, it was fun to kind of relax and hang out here.
As he enjoys going through his side of Concorp for 40 or so minutes, Cubfan is putting the finishing touches on Concorp land in its many, many details. His own showcase is nearly an hour long and is presented as merely part 1 of however many, so if you wanted a feature-length multi-part documentary miniseries about Concorp's enterprise by the end of Season 6, there you go. Watch it for free here before Netflix picks it up.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this base, to be honest. I'm proud that it's much different than our Season 4 and 5 bases. it's a good time. It's a good time.
The good news is, not everyone on the server is so profit-oriented, as we see Azuma end the series by keeping up the tradition of throwing all his diamonds into lava. Dude, control Q it. What are you, new to this game? His tour of all things X comes with a promise of a return to frequent Hermitcraft episodes, he says, in the last episode of Season 6. Still, before it all goes up in flames, Azuma goes through the saturator and brings back the colour to his cheeks. Presumably, we can't really tell under that helmet. The suit doesn't do as well though, and so we witness a brand new iteration of our favourite turtle man, Bizuma. A very subtle foreshadowing of the next season's theme, I see.
I believe there is some significance to the change of colour in my skin. What on earth could this mean? What could this all mean right here? Jeez.
The inevitable Season 7 Beehive will need a queen, so we might see Stress Monster moving on from ice in the next season. For now, though, she buzzes her way through the ice forts, tidying up rooms and fixing missing bits of Acacia just in time for the impending world download. Although this isn't dressed up as a finale episode, so we might see her give the project a proper send-off sometime later. For now, the Great Hall is looking snazzier than ever, and she can give herself a pat on the back for a job well done.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very happy with the progress that I've made. I'm gonna give myself a tap on my back, a pat. There we go.
But for continuous mutual back-patting, enjoy the collab of Zombie Cleo and Joe Hills as they complete her underwater grosso and help Joe understand the inner workings of a British soul, and also the inner workings of the Dora the Explorer movie.
You have other British friends? I'm so insulted.
You could have flown here. You chose not to. The junior novelization of the Dora the Explorer film is like they channeled Douglas Adams' ghost in a seance and forced him to explain Dora the Explorer for 100 pages. So I got the book.
With the grotto now in its final form, Cleo just has to repopulate the Juggernaut ship with a crew of armor-stand hermits and sail off to the next season. If not for Doc M, that is, who has one final diorama job for her over at the mothership Saucer. What starts off as a mild excuse to lock Cleo up in Area 77 turns out to be an order of especially panicked hermit figurines grasping at the air as they're being abducted.
Oh my god, and Keralis' face is just perfect for this. Look at that. Beat-up's holding on to him.
But despite the very clear visuals, it's not the raid farm that takes the group to the next season, but the Infinity Portal.
Nothing bad ever happened with this portal at all.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, and you look just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. I liked it.
But the raid farm is very much functional, if you've been wondering, especially now Doc has redstone together a sorting system for anything you might want to get out of it. Double speed item filters for emeralds, regular filters for the useful witch drops, non-stackable filters for totems and crossbows, and into the fun source with everything else. Just in time for him to enjoy unlimited emeralds for about 5 minutes before the server ends, but hey, it'll be fun to crash the world download with the sheer number of illagers.
This thing is officially done. Wow. Can you believe it?
The last bit of business before Doc's finale episode is to visit Grian's Flores Lava Mansion, which he heard is being given away with a dowry. Unfortunately for Doc, he gets there to discover B00 has dibs. B-Dubs himself spent the last couple of episodes putting together a building company shop based on the L'Oreal skyscraper, and unfortunately for him, it wasn't worth it. Because, as has been well documented at this point, ain't nobody gonna be on this server to have an interior designed for them. But it's definitely worth it for us, because who the heck else would think to use dirt blocks as a corkboard? The man's a genius. Reality sinks in when nobody comes to the grand opening, although to be fair to him, only one person turned up to the grand opening of Sahara, and that was Rendog, and if I remember correctly, they blew him up. But still, B-Dubs isn't bitter, and he spends some time giving a nostalgic tour of New Hermitville before heading off to check out his newly purchased real estate. What transpires there is a bidding war between him and Doc, which leaves Grian 100 diamonds richer and the two NHO boys with half a house each, which, as they tear it down block by block, they mysteriously hint at taking with them to Season 7.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, this is a 50 diamond deal. You think I'm going to pay 50 diamonds just to leave it for nothing? I ain't stupid.
But you know what for sure won't be getting out of Season 6? Iskall, at least not alive. Impulse SV spends quite a lot of redstone preparing a murder coaster for the Swede, planning to send him to hell in a handbasket, or in this instance, a minecart.
I'm actually pretty proud of this. So as he goes up, basically his inventory is just going to fill up with diorite blocks. So just make him think that he's gonna get hit by these arrows, and he doesn't in the end.
Okay. Okay.
Blackness, and all of a sudden, we're being bounced around.
Is this it? Oh, no, I'm still good. Okay, Scallion, we're safe. Oh, I'm on half heart. I'm half heart. I'm half heart.
There's gonna be a piece of TNT waiting for him, sitting right on here that's ignited and about to blow up in his face.
No, 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 this is it.
But we're not gonna kill him with that. Nope.
Oh my goodness.
Did you enjoy the ride?
Okay, that was phenomenal.
While he's focused on crushing Iskal's body, Grian is in his half of the fun tunnel, crushing his spirit. His part of the worst Disney ride ever is a 50s-style sitcom all about how he views his and Iskal's relationship, except with a higher pyrotechnics budget.
It seems the builder has acquired a taste for diorite and has decorated the entire house with it. Will this discourse be solved with a candid conversation? Let's find out.
Instead of learning it's a small world after all, Iskal learns that even 10 hearts and 7 days is not enough to save you from 2 prank-loving hermits. And after being poisoned, faced with various ways he could have died, and having had his pockets filled with diorite, he pops out of a tube in his own hitman shop into the waiting faces of Impulse and Grian themselves. And then he is killed with a renamed diorite block by Grian, who was not the winner of the auction and essentially got away with killing him for half the price, but we can only assume Impulse feels like he got his money's worth.
Did he just punch me?
Honestly, it's kind of a relief to see Iskal's face again, and we only get to see it briefly before he continues his own tour of all his favourite projects. And wow guys, there are loads of them, so many that he may have crashed the server just visiting them all at one point. But with the damage done, the tour's concluded, and his ender chest and inventory emptied into a chest for the world download, Iskal dunks himself in lava to finish out the season.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to say goodbye. But don't fear, I will be back.
So, Season 7 is just around the corner, and what we know so far, thanks to Azuma's Kafka-esque transformation into a bee, is that they'll be starting in 1.15.2. But any other details are still unknown. Will the terrain be different? Will they be avoiding the Nether until 1.16? Will old hermits return? New hermits be added? Current hermits be forever changed? We have no idea, and you probably have no idea either, but talking about it is fun, so leave your best theories in the comments.
But since it's the end of the season, I'm going to admit, it was me. It was all me. Dun dun dun.
And in the meantime, that's about it for this season of the Hermitcraft Recap. Our writer is LoyXP, and my name is Pixelriffs. If you feel like running around like a headless chicken while Hermitcraft is on whatever hiatus it's taking right now, so do we. And our Chicken Block series is perfect for that. The latest episodes are linked in the end screen theatre. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here and subscribe so you don't miss us starting Season 7 in style. Thanks for watching.